Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc Schlock by request, where it's sounding like rain. And it's a review of the movie The Devil's Rain, and this one comes to us from fellow YouTuber John Steele. This was one of the weirdest horror movies I've seen in a long time, but I would not recommend it even if you held me up at gunpoint. It is the story of a Satanist named Corbus, who's, well, having Satan stuff going on. He somehow winds up getting a man named Mark, who apparently comes from a long bloodline of people that Corbus has been chasing after for generations. Gets weirder. And, so Mark goes to this old ghost town to confront Corbus, and Corbus basically recruits him. Mark's brother Tom hears about what happens, goes to the old ghost town to try and rescue his brother Mark, and of course he brings along a shotgun. Nothing can take down a Satanist like a shotgun, because apparently in this movie, a cross does not work. Wait, cross is supposed to be used for vampires, right? Right, okay. Anyway, the movie just continues on and on, gets weirder and weirder. And apparently the Devil's Rain makes these Satan worshippers melt. I'm not kidding. The movie finally comes to a drawing close when Tom goes to try and rescue his brother Mark. And Mark is holding up this, well, I don't know what to call it. I don't know. They labeled it like a bottle, but it kind of looked like a crystal ball, like the Wicked Witch of the West had in the Wizard of Oz. And it contains a bunch of people's souls. Well, Tom convinces Mark to break the bottle, and when he does, down comes the Devil's Rain. And Corbus tries to go to kill Tom by putting him in some sort of a well-like thing. Of course, that doesn't work, because Tom kind of flips Corbus into the well, and it seems like everything's okay. So that Tom and Dr. Sam Richards and Tom's wife gets out what seems to be alive. The Satan church blows up, and everything seems to be okay. And Tom's wife goes to try to hug him as if there's a victory, but it turns out Tom's wife is actually Corbus in disguise. And the final thing you see is Tom's wife inside of the bottle screaming for Tom, and I'm thinking, yeah, like that's going to do you a whole lot of good, honey. Okay, so why did this movie suck? Mainly because Corbus is... There's so much about this movie. When you see Corbus as Goat Man, you laugh. When you also find out that there are apparently devil-worshipping pilgrims in the movie, you have to laugh at that too. And then when the Devil's Rain makes all the devil worshippers melt like candle wax, you kind of think for a minute, that's kind of cool, but when it goes on about 10-12 minutes, you start sitting there going, okay, we get the point. Now, the twist ending of Corbus disguised as Tom's wife, I gotta admit, that was a good twist ending. But other than that, this movie was just silly, stupid, ridiculous, and just went on way too long. The movie starred Ernest Borgnine, William Shatner, Tom Skerritt, and Eddie Albert. And I gotta tell you honestly, whenever I watch an episode of SpongeBob with Mermaid Man in it from now on, I'm gonna sit there and think to myself, Mermaid Man was once a devil worshipper in a movie. William Shatner, of course, as you all remember, as Captain Kirk, T.J. Hooker, whichever you prefer, or from Rescue 911. Tom Skerritt, been in a ton of movies. I think the only movie I really remember him from mostly was Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke when he played Strawberry. And Eddie Albert, as we all know, he played Oliver Douglas from Green Acres. My buddy Tyler, fellow YouTuber Tyler2071, is here, and he wants to share a quick, interesting fact about the movie. No, he doesn't. He told me, he pretty much flipped me off and ran off. Actually, what happened is that the mask they use on William Shatner in the movie is actually the same mask they use for Michael Myers' mask in Halloween. So, pretty interesting fact right there. And of course, the movie was had the priest of the Church of Satan as a technical advisor, and also John Travolta had a minor role in the movie too. So yeah, great all-star cast right there, huh, gang? John Travolta, he goes from being in a devil-worshipping movie to being a Scientologist. Like, there's a stretch. All right, well, I just want to say special thanks to John Steele for his request, and go check out his videos and subscribe to him. And, of course, if you like my videos, feel free to subscribe. If you have a horror, sci-fi horror, comedy horror, or fantasy horror movie that seemed to change the weather in some sort of way, send it my way and I'll get on it ASAP. Thank you guys so very, very much for watching, and until next time, for Doc Schlock, by request, stay strong and rock on. Okay, Jeff, I know you drank a lot last night, buddy, but that's enough, man.